Thank you for watching Scary Animal Attacks. If you like this episode, please remember to hit the like button and leave a comment or two, then subscribe and click on the bell to receive notifications whenever we release new episodes. Welcome back to Scary Animal Attacks. Today's episode takes us to the beautiful and scenic mountains near Bozeman, Montana. The mountain peaks soar above 11,000 feet, and the valleys are darkened by the canopy of tall fir and pine trees. On the forest floor, you'll see pockets of blanket flower, pineleaf penstemon, prairie coneflower, and wild echinacea. The common animals of the area include brown and black bear, cougar, elk, whitetail deer, coyotes, and wolves. But the most underestimated animal in the area is the Shiras Moose. Early fall is an important and sensitive season for moose as they begin their breeding season, and males stake out an area to build a small harem of cows during the rut. This season is marked by hormone maddened bulls measuring each other up in the lead up to a fight using their massive antlers, which can span nearly 5 feet wide on healthy individuals in their prime. Bulls during this time of year will grunt to locate each other, and cows let out a long whine to signal their presence and estrus. Bull moose are known to be so competitive that they will investigate a human using 2 wooden boat oars crossed with the wide portion in the air, displayed to resemble a competing moose's antlers. Their eyes will frequently bulge and become bloodshot from the exertion and intensity of the rut season, giving them an ominous appearance. In 1997, Brian and Peggy Edwards moved to Bozeman after he had finished his professional plumbing courses and received his journeyman plumber's license. He landed a good job at a local outfit by the name of Williams Plumbing. On September 30th, 1999, the Edwards and their family had rented a cabin near Lyons Camp off of Lake Fork Road, about 12 miles south of the town of Red Lodge. The family was enjoying spending some relaxing time spotting wildlife and taking pictures. It was a time for them to unwind and just enjoy each other's company. At around 3 p.m. on the day in question, Brian decided to go see if he could find something interesting to photograph. He told Peggy he'd be back in about an hour or so and grabbed his camera. Peggy and the rest of the family bid him farewell, and out the door he went. After several hours, Brian hadn't returned. The family called for him and didn't receive an answer. Around 7 p.m., they notified authorities, who arrived soon thereafter. They searched the area for Brian for several hours with dog teams, but were unsuccessful in locating him. They decided to resume the search in the morning and nervously hoped for the best. At sunup, the search teams returned and resumed their search for Brian. After a few hours, at around 8:30 a.m., the Absaroka search dog team led them to his body, only about 50 yards from the cabin. The Carbon County coroner received Brian's body for an autopsy. He had apparently been attacked and killed by a bull moose. The antler marks on his body spanned a distance that led authorities to conclude that he had been killed by a moose with antlers around 4 feet across. The coroner noted that the most significant injury to Brian's body resulted from one of the tines on the moose's antlers entering his left eye and piercing his skull into his brain. This caused instantaneous death to Brian, and occurred with no significant noise overheard by any of the occupants of the cabin. No yelling, screaming, or moaning. Authorities believe that he may have crept close to the bull seeking a great picture and stirred the wrath of the giant bull. Dan Tyers, a wildlife biologist employed by the Gardner Ranger District, stated that it was the first time he'd ever heard of a fatal moose attack. Typically, the person will get a tree or some other large obstacle between himself and the moose, which eventually leads to the animal losing interest and leaving. Brian's death was the first fatality by moose attack in around 20 years in Montana. Chalking the death up to a freak accident, authorities admitted they have plans on dealing with bears or cougars that kill and stalk people, but they don't have a plan to deal with a moose that does so. After concluding their investigation, authorities are not quite sure what led up to the attack, but the results were gruesome and sad. There were reports of a wounded bull moose in the area, but a search led to nothing. Since Brian's death, there's not been another moose attack fatality in Montana. Thank you for watching Scary Animal Attacks. We hope you will consider joining with us in our campaign to earn 50,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. If you enjoyed this video, you can show us by liking and subscribing to our channel. Clicking on the bell icon will let you know when we post new videos, and sharing our videos to your social media platforms will help spread awareness. As a valued member of our human community, please be careful out there, because you don't want to end up on an episode of Scary Animal Attacks.